Welcome back to a new video, and in this one I finally get the rear bumper done after many hours of work. Before we get into anything, it needs some state of repair. When I siliconed the two halves together, I was lazy and didn't clean up the silicone too well, so I need to fix that before doing anything. Plus, I have those pesky screws poking through. So I think I might take those out and just fill those holes with silicone. Looks as though it's only that one and that one that's come through. And that one. This is very close to the number plate. I think I can work with that. But first I'm going to start with silicone, fixing up that. We'll get that right. Then we'll work on the screw holes. Well, that went from bad to worse and decided to start again. I decided that the Sikaflex was no good, so I cut it all out and started again. It's all re-piped, what you call it. I took those three bulging screws out, filled them with silicone. Now, the arduous task of cleanup and making sure it's right this time before it sets. That's what I'm about to do right now. That surely was not easy, but I have a nice bead again of Sikaflex cleaned up. I'll let that dry, and it does need a little bit of a sand once it's dried and when the primer's on, but it is a hell of a lot better than what it was. Those holes are filled up with silicone. I'm hoping that some got in between to hold what we need to. I'll probably do some from the back too. But the last panel piece of the car is underway. Well, this rear bar so far is turning out to be a disaster. What have I done? I've decided these holes here I've fully filled with Sikaflex, because I discovered, if you go back to 12 months ago-ish, where I repaired a crack in here with Sikaflex, and then I bogged over it. And of course, bog is not flexible. When this bar flexes, it breaks, and it cracked all along here. So what I've done this time is I've just filled the whole lot up with Sikaflex, done the same with these holes, because any kind of filler on top, as soon as it flexes, it cracks. It doesn't look any good. At least the Sikaflex moves and hopefully doesn't crack. When I prime, again, I will put the Flex additive in to help it, and I'm hoping that I don't get any more issues. This one here, I'm not too worried about because the number plate will pretty much cover it. This is underneath, you won't see it. It's going to be this one and this one. It's going to be the issue. But overall, this bar, not so much the Group 3 add-on, but the bar is in terrible condition. I'm just hoping some thick coats of prime fill in most of the imperfections. Like if you look in there, see how uneven, and it's just, the whole bar is like that. And scratches, like deep scratches through the whole thing. Primer should fill that, or at least I'm hoping anyway. But it's now at the stage where I can clean it up and then put it in some prime. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to happen today because it's going to be hot, and it's already hot. What are we at? In the shed at 10:44. We're almost at 40 degrees. So probably going to be a bit too hot. I could try and paint it outside, but it's windy, so not much paint will get on the thing, and then I've got the dogs. I might wait till tomorrow, but I can clean it up, get it ready, and then we'll see how we go. You will almost instantly see what the next plan is. It's now a few days later. The next day didn't work out for me. It's now Tuesday. I've been working out how I'm going to set this bumper up to paint. And I think I've got it with this side skirt timbers on a couple of stands. That should get me the best coverage. Tomorrow, after work, it's priming time. I'll get the cars out, move the bar into the middle of the shed, and get 2 or 3 rather heavy coats on. I keep noticing, where does this keep coming from? I keep coming with these oily marks. Where is it coming from? Anyway, primer day tomorrow. Be here or be square. Three coats later, we've finished priming. Now, as I've always known, this bar is in nowhere near as good a condition as the front. It is going to take a lot of work to get even remotely close to ready. I did get a run here in the primer. It's the first time I've got a run in a primer, but while trying to spray under there and get everything in there, I got a little bit too thick there. Needs a little bit of attention here, as I knew was going to happen. A little bit of attention there, that's not too bad. A little bit there, not too bad. There was some really deep gouges here. The primer has filled most of that, and there was a deep scratch there. The primer has filled, and I've also got a little repair to do there. And just some Sikaflex work here needs to be tidied up. The inside here is not too bad. I've got good coverage inside there because I want that to be blue, just because it's got the holes in here, so you want to be able to see some blue when you look through there. Probably just a little bit more tidying up here. But other than that, it's not too bad. Not too bad. As I said, it's going to be a lot more work than the front bar, but I'll make it as good as I can get it. Luckily, most of this area is hidden by the number plate, and that's upside down, so you'll never really see that, but I want to make it as nice as I can make it. Now I'll let this sit for probably a couple of days. The next 3 days are going to be 30 plus. That's good baking weather. And we'll get down to sanding. Out here in the heat, I'm going to patch up some of those blemishes. before I start the sanding process. It's over 50 degrees. The cricket's on. Let's get a little bit of work done. Well, the spot putty is now dry. Now to get on to the hard task of sanding. I expect this to be around the 10-hour mark, and I'll catch you up when that stage is finished. Wish me luck. Back to work on the rear bumper. In a previous video, somebody commented, try this stuff, it won't crack and you should be good. So I'm going to try this stuff and hopefully we're good to fix up some of these edges that I don't like. So I'll be putting that just in around the join, and hopefully once that's sanded back out, I'll be happy with the bumper, and then we can get to painting it blue. So that's what I'm about to do. And finally, after 11 hours of sanding, it's time to reprime the 2/2 section and sand again, and then it should be ready. This has been an absolute nightmare. Just trying to get this join to look half as good as what I did on the front has been a nightmare. Just so much hard work. I've 5 hours just sanding this piece today. It's close. It's close. It's very close. Prime it with the high fill, some nice thick coats, and then a light sand with 400, and it should be good. Or at least I hope it is, because I'm over it. I'm over this bar. It has fought me really bad. My back hurts, I'm tired. I'm gonna go in for a rest. Plan is to prime it tomorrow and then sand it during the week. The priming is now redone and it has come up a hell of a lot better. The only problem I got now is that the whole sanding process has to be restarted again. Now, I restart the sanding process. Hopefully it's a lot quicker than what it was before, as I'm at 11 hours. Hopefully I can get that down to about 6. We'll see how we go. It's actually another 4 hours later, so that is now 15 hours sanding on the bar. I managed to get it rubbed all back to 400, because previously it was in 320, and then I re-primed and it was a lot easier to sand this time. So it's now all rubbed back in 400 and actually looks really good. I am now really happy with it, and I'm at the stage where I'm happy to paint it. Is it as good as what the front bar turned out? Probably maybe 5% lower standard than that, but for the considering the state of the bar was a week ago, I'm very happy with that. There's no furriness in the join where the silicon's been sanded or anything like that. They're nice smooth joins as per the front bar, as in bumper bar, not TV show. It now only needs a clean down and then can be painted. It is now 6 days before Christmas. I hope to get this in paint before Santa comes. That's the plan anyway. I've got my work Christmas party tomorrow, so there'll be nothing getting done tomorrow. I'm hoping, I'll have to check the weather. I'm hoping to clean down Saturday and hopefully paint Sunday. It's painting day. While I was cleaning this down and just getting prepped for today, I found a few things that I wasn't happy with, so I spent another 2 hours sanding on it. I think that brings it up to 17 hours now, but it's good to go. Let's move some stuff around and get ready. Well, here it is, all done, set and painted. I'm really happy with the sides. It's come out really well. However, I've got some monumental runs on the front, but there's not much I can do about it now. I did try to, flush them out, but they're still there. That can be sorted out later. Now, they all started when these pieces here are very hard to get the paint to go in there. So on the gun, I turned it so it would be a straight line, and then after doing that, it just ran out like crazy. So it is what it is. It'll do. It kind of matches the rest of the car. There's runs all over the car, but they can be worked out later on. Just letting this sit in the warm shed and harden up, and we'll give it a couple of days, maybe after Christmas, and then start fitting it on the car, but we'll see how we go. That's going to wrap this video up. I just want to say thanks for watching, and if you're watching this just after Christmas, Merry Christmas, and we'll do it all again very shortly. Ciao, ciao.